you. Good day.
I have a question about the first wave of Ascension.
The first wave of Ascension.
Yes. I'm just curious.
What's that in your mind?
Well, from my understanding, that it's a collectiveness that's volunteered to come here to help ascend.
You mean all of you?
Right. So why? So that's not a true.
It's an interpretation of an idea. It's true in its own context, but the idea simply is that many of you have decided that this is the place to be. It's where it's all happening. Look at this transformation going on. Let's be a part of that ascension process. It's going to be so exciting. So, all right, first wave of Ascension.
Okay, because I thought, because it's a first wave, so I was like, how many are there? That was my question.
As many as you want. How many would you like?
Just for my
one
here, yeah.
Well, then, I guess the first wave of Ascension will also be the last wave of Ascension.
Okay, that changes a lot of things for me.
Yes, it does.
Okay, and then my second question was earlier, you told the first lady that came up here about the 7 mirrors.
Yes.
Why 7?
It has to do with different levels of consciousness that work well for you in your physical reality, different vibratory states that are representative of a permission slip that allows you to connect to those higher levels of mass consensus reality, the soul level reality, oversoul level reality, higher mind, physical personality, and many other aspects that you use all the time. It's just the easiest vibrations for you to connect to for these kinds of transformational purposes.
Okay, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
One moment. Look how many representations you have in your society of the number 7 that you consider to be, quote unquote, lucky. 7th heaven, lucky 7. Yes? Well, you're the ones that set that up, so we're happy to simply use the devices that you've established within your own collective consciousness that make it easier for you to utilize and access those particular permission slips. That's all.
It's also a number of as the sun is illumination, you're connected to 7.
We're connected in many ways, but wait your turn.
Hello, brother. How you doing?
Perfect, and you?
Phenomenal.
All right.
I almost knew I was going to come up tonight.
Almost knew?
No, I didn't know. I totally knew.
Thank you.
Okay. As soon as I wrote my name.
It would be extremely educational for you to explain to us the state of being described as almost new.
Yeah, it was pretty phenomenal. I feel really connected to tonight's topic.
All right.
And the origin of the name of as above, so below, and that being and the origin that comes from.
Yes.
And it's phenomenal. So I feel so connected to the triad mind, what's going to be spoke about tomorrow night.
Yes.
And with that said, I'd like to go into the origins of those beings.
What beings?
The Anunnaki.
All right.
And the bloodlines of the Anunnaki.
We will delve a tiny bit into that.
Can you tell me the origins of Hermes Trismegistus, or Thoth, his father in bloodline?
Well, Hermes Trismegistus is farther down the bloodline than Thoth is?
Same incarnation of the same soul?
Well, same oversoul. Remember that reincarnation is an illusion.
Yes.
Yes, everything exists at once.
Yes.
You can have the experience of reincarnation, but that's not mechanically what's happening. It's simply that as you perceive through linear time the connections that you make from the now, you perceive them as if they are memories.
Yes.
Therefore, you call them reincarnations instead of multiple simultaneous incarnations, coexistent with me now.
Yes.
Nevertheless, the idea in linear terminology of Hermes is a little bit farther down the line, and yes, is connected to the idea of a similar oversoul extension to Thoth. But in terms of the idea of the Anu origins, you're actually talking about something that comes from a different dimension.
So you couldn't say like Enki is the previous bloodline before Thoth?
You're talking about something that is actually a parallel bloodline, not necessarily a linear one.
Okay. So the different would you say the two warring factions of like what they talk about, Enlil and Enki,
Yes.
being two different distinct bloodlines that have been at
That's
conflict?
more precise.
Okay. And so the Brotherhood of the Snake and the origins of the Brotherhood of the Snake were from the Enki lineage of the incarnations of like Adam, Jesus, and some of those teachers.
The snake representing the concept of ancient wisdom, yes.
Okay, because Hermes appeared himself before me with a great serpent, a great cobra, totally under control and totally utter poise.
Yes.
And so what is the meaning of that like great polarity to command
Well, as I
such
say,
darkness?
ancient wisdom.
Ancient.
The idea of tapping into the ancient wisdom that exists within all of you at your core and releasing it in that way. It's like a coiled serpent that then can spring forth and bring you the ancient wisdom into your conscious mind if you lock into those vibrations in the appropriate way.
Excellent. And I pondered on this vision so much that I'm finally going on a vision quest to Sedona that I'm really excited about. And do you have any places in mind that I should go to that are pretty powerful spots that you highly recommend?
I highly recommend?
That you highly recommend?
The one that I would highly recommend would be Bell Rock.
Bell Rock.
Since it's directly under our ship.
Will do.
And it is actually the center of the vortex.
Excellent. We'll make connections.
All right.
Thank you so much. I have another question about cryptocurrency and how the evolution of cryptocurrency, as you see that as a natural flow in our society as a replacement system.
Nope.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
It is an experiment. It will have its benefits to inform what will eventually evolve, but as it exists in its present form, it will pass into history.
Excellent. And I have another question. I experienced a really intense experience, such as an exorcism I did on myself with many different permission slips that you actually gave me.
Why did you believe you needed to be exorcised?
Well, it just kind of happened that I had this kind of deep tension hidden behind my heart my whole life, and I happened to get to it to where no body work or whatever go that deep on my body.
So you released your own demons, so to speak?
I did.
All right.
And then I was taken before the scales above the gods, and I
Is
could
that
see
another snake reference?
the scale. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I know, I'm joking with you.
And I had such profound experiences
Yes.
this past year of my acceleration happening so much and so much allowing my true self to come to so much
that's what
fruition
it's all
that you
about
helped
now.
me with, and not being in any shame or utterance of who I am.
Well, thank you.
It's been so nice. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And now with these things that I've done, I was just really curious because like I hit this, because many times you've told me about other incarnations I've had that
Not
I never,
you have had, but that you're connected.
yes, but
Remember, first of all, that changes dynamically as you change. It's not a static thing.
Yes, I see.
No, the idea is that because reincarnation is an illusion, and you're really just connecting to multiple simultaneous incarnations as you need to for the person you are at any given moment, when you become a different person, you actually connect to other incarnations. The idea in your old-fashioned way of looking at reincarnation is saying, well, I was this life back then, and I will always have been that life back then. No, it's a dynamically changing thing. As you change, you don't connect to the same lives.
Yes, so it's a refinement of the oversoul right now.
Yes.
So that's what I was experiencing in myself in that exorcism, because I could touch this tension so deep in me that it gave me vivid hallucinations of a parallel life getting stabbed in the heart by my brother behind
How
my back.
exciting.
And me and my brother have been at war my whole life, and we're both intense, lifelong martial artists, and we've always feuded our whole life.
All right, well, thank you for having your heart-to-heart.
And it was great, because at the same time we were going through like tons of business feuds and everything, that he went behind my back, and it brought up all these things. And
Oh, all right.
it was so great to be that, and that was such an amazing release in my oversoul that's allowed me to be more of myself and release that tension. And ever since that time, I've been able to do greater work with my students and go deeper within the soul of people, and not to be shied away of the darkness and speak the light when darkness is present.
Yes.
And that's kind of what it's all about, is this accelerating positive energy that's not taking more bullshit and seeing things for what it is.
Bring it down to the most succinct form.
Okay,
Know thyself, be thyself.
that's it.
Period.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shivai Bashar.
Shivai.
I'm me from Sweden, as it is now.
Speak up
Yes,
so that all may hear what you have to share.
thank you. So, I have these conversations many times
Speak
before.
up.
I have been having this conversation many times before,
Yes.
and now again.
And so,
I don't know what to say.
you just said a bunch.
Yes, but that's what I was thinking before. So now,
You don't have to say anything. You can say hello.
yes, I would love that.
All right. Then say hello.
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 I am.
Will that do?
Yes, it. No, it won't.
Oh,
I-
so you do have more to
Yes,
say?
yes. Actually,
all right.
I have something for now as well.
Oh, all right.
I'm a first contact specialist, as
All
you.
right, if you say so.
Yeah, I do. And since I am a first contact specialist, and that's my excitement.
Yes.
You like excitement?
One expression of your excitement.
Yes.
Not necessarily the only one.
No. In a way, I do the same things when I do the other expressions, so it's no difference in that sense.
And so?
Yes. It would be very excited for someone like me to know which species is gonna face us here on Earth first.
I am not allowed to tell you that. But obviously, the Aiel hybrids will be among the first. But it has not been fully decided who will be actually the first to make open contact in the way that we mean open contact. Obviously, you all have been contacted in one way, shape, or form. Obviously, there have been other extraterrestrial beings that have landed now and then and made contact with many people on your Earth. But that's not what we're referring to in terms of open contact. But the Yael will be among the first.
Yes, and the others depends on the split-offs, so to speak.
It depends on the shifts
Changing,
that
yeah.
happens from there.
Different timeline.
Yes.
It's a lot of changing.
But they won't necessarily be the first. They may be, they may not be. That hasn't been decided yet.
So we'll see.
We will see.
Nice.
Does that help?
Yes, very much. Thank you, Bashar.
You are welcome.
Shivai.
Shivai.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm super nervous. But what brought me here today is, I guess, what's the most interesting thing. So, through a lucid dreaming experience, I asked about, I suppose, what people would think of like as an abduction experience if I'd experienced it. And so I asked.
Yes.
And I was presented with the experience. And in that experience, I believe that I was there in that experience and I met you. And in that experience, what was awesome about it was that the beauty of it was that you were present with me. It wasn't what, like, and in that moment, because I connected back with it.
Yes.
You were able to speak to me very clearly, and that's actually what brought me here today. I actually am here in LA this week for a training. I had this lucid dreaming experience on Monday.
Yes.
And in that experience, you told me about, you know, just this tapestry that we're all a part of. But you said, I'm having an event soon. And so after this lucid dream, I go online and I'm like, oh, wait, it's happening on Friday. And I will be leaving LA on Friday. So here I am today.
Thank you for your synchronicity and for your engagement.
Thank you. So if I had a question to ask you, it would be just about something personally that's happening with me. And it would be that I am pursuing in my life a grand goal, a grand dream, a grand thing it speaks to me. It's a part of my heart. It's a part of like my mind.
And what is that?
To help those that think or maybe believe they can't be helped, and also to help the people that I care about the most.
And when you say you are pursuing it, does that mean you're not already doing it?
I am, in a small way.
What difference does that make? And how do you know how big it might be to someone else?
I don't know that it's any smaller or bigger.
Exactly. So why put that condition on it? Why not just simply know you are doing it and allow whatever effect it needs to have on someone to have that effect in the way that they need it? Why limit it with certain kinds of definitional parameters when it doesn't need to be limited that way?
Because I want something different.
Well, if you understand that wanting is its own state, then when you want, all you get is more wanting. But if you are being, then you will experience the being of it, the experience of it. The idea is to have what you need, because you know on some level what you need, and therefore if you're going to quote unquote want anything, I would suggest that you want what you need, because that will get you anywhere you need to go. You don't have to really want. You just have to be, because everything you need in life is built into just being who you are. All the arrangements, all the agreements, all the appointments, everything that's relevant in your life to help you express more fully who you are, which automatically will help others just by being yourself, is built into the flow of your life. It's built into the current. Wanting slows everything down because it doesn't need to be there. Wanting is not a need. You don't need to want. So why want when you can just have what you need? Make sense?
It makes total sense.
I
And
know.
honestly, that's
That's why I said it. That's how reality works. That's how nature and existence are structured. You don't need these superfluous things. It's already automatically functioning. Go with the flow. Everything you need is in your unique flow. You don't need to want more than you need.
But what if I want to design it in a certain way?
Design it however you wish, but only use the design as a symbol to get you excited and in the proper state to receive what you actually need. That's why we urge and encourage all of you to use visualization as strongly as you can. Have the greatest, most delineated, most detailed, most colorful, most powerful image of what you believe represents an idealized outcome. But understand that the key word is represents. Not necessarily will be exactly what you see. But if you understand that you're designing that just to get you into the proper state to receive whatever your higher mind will actually bring you that will be what you truly need, you would understand that your picture, your visualization, is actually a limitation on receiving something that could be many magnitudes better than you were capable of imagining. So why limit it to your physical mind's capability of visualization when the higher mind can see so much farther, so much grander, and bring you something so much greater than what the physical mind is actually even capable of imagining?
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Bashar.
Does that help?
It does a lot.
You see, this is what it's all about in terms of turning your definitions around. Many of the things you have been taught to believe are the things that get you to the places you need to be, are in many ways actually what limits you from getting there. That's why you need to open up into your flexibility of definition. And anytime you make a plan, that's fine. But always include in the plan a portion of the plan that gets rid of the plan, so that you can be flexible enough to allow the plan to evolve. Plans are not rigid things. Plans are just the ideas, the seeds that get you motivated, get you moving. They form a kind of framework for your